Hello guys and welcome to another video. My name's Mark, I'm an entrepreneur, property investor, and I am currently living in Dubai. And because I'm over in Dubai, I thought I would do a quick video on, do I think it's worth investing over in Dubai? And the short answer is, I believe it is. However, as with all sorts of property investing, I think there's a few key things that we need to discuss. Number one would be location. Location really, really matters in Dubai. The second thing would be how you purchase the property. So there's a lot of new developments. They have a lot of payment plans. I'm going to give you my opinions on those because I think in the most part, those are a bad idea. So I think the way that you purchase the property really, really matters. And then the third thing is just understanding the macros of what's going on in Dubai and how that could affect the future. So if you like this sort of video, please give this video a massive like. It really does help me out with the algorithm. But I'm going to give some big tips on what I believe. And remember, this is just opinion, but I want to tell you what I think is going to happen over here because it's an incredibly exciting city to be living in right now. The first thing I wanted to discuss was location. Now, I'm currently sat here in JVC, and JVC stands for Jumeirah Village Circle, and it's basically a big community, a big residential community. I'm not sure about the number of homes, but there's a lot of development going on here, and it's scheduled to be completed, like all the construction completed, in the next couple of years. After that, there'll be no more construction around here. They'll move on to the next area. And with all sort of expansion-based projects like Dubai, they move backwards, don't they? They start in the city centre and then they move backwards out into the desert. Now, what that means for me as an investor is that I can already see what's likely to happen here has already happened further in. And if you consider, for example, this location, JVC, we are about 25 minutes from the airport, we're about 15 minutes from the marina, and we're about 20 minutes from downtown Dubai. So we're very, very central. And Tom, if you bring up a graphic of where we are on the map, I think that really puts it into perspective of exactly how central this location is today and how central it could be when Dubai is planning on doubling. So this brings me on to the master plan for Dubai. Dubai is planning on over doubling from 3.6 to over 7.5 million people just post 2040. So in the next sort of 15 to 20 years, they're planning on over doubling their population. And in order to do that, they're going to have to build so many more houses, double the number of houses, in fact, if your maths is as good as mine is. But to do that, they're going to have to move backwards because there just isn't enough space in between here and the coast, here and downtown. They're going to have to move backwards. So what that means for me over the next 15 years is if I invest somewhere like this in JVC, and there's lots of locations like this, you know, there's Arjan just down the road, very similar house prices, very similar location, all that sort of stuff, all the metrics are about the same. JVT, you know, Jumeirah Lake Towers, JLT, sorry, which is just beyond the marina. House prices there, more expensive than here, cheaper than the marina, as you would expect. It's still got beautiful views of lakes and all that sort of stuff. But here in JVC, house prices haven't really picked up at all. And I think I'm going to buy something here in the not too distant future because I see a big opportunity. Right now, you can pick up a studio for about £90,000. It just seems ridiculous that it's that cheap. The rental return on that is between £7,000 and £9,000 a year. So you are getting a return of between 8, maybe 7 and 10%, something like that. So if you bought it, got a decent mortgage product, you're probably gonna make a small amount of money on it. You're not gonna make a huge amount in rent. I can see that already. Rents are here haven't really caught up with the level where you're going to make a good rental return. And to be honest, a lot of the developers push that you're buying in cash, and a lot of people are. There's a lot of money moving around here. But come with me, let me take you outside. Let me show you what I mean. I wanna show you exactly where we are, because right now, we're in the penthouse of the 5 in JVC. We can see all the way across the skyline. We can see both directions. We can see out to Abu Dhabi. And I'm going to explain exactly where I am and why I think that this is a great location to buy in. And after that, I want to give the real tips when it comes to all the sales patter that people are giving you out here. Because the payment plans, I think, are a big trap. And I'm going to tell you why as soon as we have a look at the location. Come on, Tom, let's go and have a look. Guys, sorry to interrupt this video, but I wanted to give you this information and I promise it'll be no more than 15 seconds. If you want to have a free one-to-one consultation with me, a quick chat about anything at all you need to do is click the link in the description. It will give you a quick form, fill out your details, Tom will get in contact and book it into my calendar with me, then we can have a free consultation. I'm doing this for anybody who wants to talk to me until I get to 10,000 subscribers. So guys, let's get back to the video, but fill in the form, have a chat. Right, so here we are over JVC. And if you come over here, Tom, you can have a look. That building over there, that's Dividend, that's the building that I live in. The big, tall, sand-coloured one. The one next to that, Tower 108. And as you can see, there's lots and lots of very similar towers around here. And look at how many construction projects there are. One there, one there, one there, one there. I mean, there's just so many. Look over there, all the cranes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are so many construction projects going on here, and they knock them up quickly. Do you remember me saying, Tom, that building there that they're building just outside my building was on floor 2 before I went away for a week, and now it's on floor 5. They are smashing them up so quickly. And in terms of the location, if we look out in this direction, we can see Jumeirah Lake Towers just there. That's the skyline just there. And just beyond that is the marina. You can see the wheel just faintly. That's on the island just over there. So we've got no more than 15 minutes away from here, a beautiful marina, all that sort of area. Now what we can't see is this direction, and over there we've got downtown. So if you could see, and if we were on the right side of the building, you would be able to see downtown, again, about 20 minutes away from this location, the airport about 25 minutes, and obviously there's way too much haze and it is too far, but straight down that road there, you're gonna get to Abu Dhabi in about an hour. So you're beautifully located at the moment, I believe. In the future, I think you're in a prime location. And if you look at all these villas over here, all of that, Arabian Ranches, the lakes, the springs, Emirate Hills, all that sort of stuff, those locations are already so expensive. You're looking at villas over there that are gonna be like 2, 3, 4 million pounds. The equivalent property here in JVC, you can pick up a 4-bedroom townhouse. It's not the same. It is not the same. There's beautiful vistas over there with lakes and all the rest. But a 4-bedroom townhouse here is going to cost you around about £300,000. And that's for 3,000 square foot of space. So I'm initially going to look to buy probably in the building that I'm in, because I know the building, I like the building, it's a couple of years old, Damat Galia. I know I can pick up a studio for about 450,000 dirhams, which is just under 100 grand. I know after I've been here 6 months I can get a mortgage. But I was just speaking to Tom about this, and I think I've started to do some research on payment plans. There are some opportunities for us to buy a property in there, bypassing the mortgage step and getting a payment plan, either with a private investor, so something that like in the UK we would call that a lease option agreement or something like that. Here they call it a payment plan, or with a developer where we can get a long enough payment plan that it makes sense. But you have to be careful with payment plans. And let's go back inside and I'll tell you exactly why you've got to be careful. So we've spoken about location. I believe JVC, Arjan, there's a few locations all around this sort of band, if you like, outside of the marina, outside of downtown, which I think represent excellent value for money. Now the next thing is how you're going to buy it. And in UAE, in United Arab Emirates, in Dubai, you can purchase with a standard mortgage, very similar to in the UK, put down about 20-25%, then you're gonna be able to mortgage the rest on multiples of salary or multiples of investment income. So for me, that's a very strong option, and I can do that after I've been here 6 months. What a lot of developers do is they sell on payment plans. So this traditionally would be something like this. Reserve with 10%, pay another 30% before we complete the construction, so you're 40% in. Then pay the other 60% within 3 or 5 years of post-handover construction. Now the problem I have with this is that at the point that you gain ownership of the property, you're still 30, 40, or even 50% into the property. So you've departed with a lot of cash, you've not been able to rent it out, you've not been able to get any return, you've not been able to use the property, and that can be 2, 3, 4 years for you to wait to be able to get utility out of that money. So I think that that's a big trap personally. I would much rather look at properties that are already completed or that are very close to completion. I would look at a traditional mortgage route because I can spread the money much further into the future, understanding that inflation helps me take care of debt, so the further I can stretch debt out into the future, the better. But if I wasn't able to get a mortgage, let's say for example, so Tom, you wouldn't be, for example, be able to get a mortgage in Dubai because you're not a resident of Dubai. So you have to get an expat mortgage. The requirements for expat mortgages are 50% as a minimum to put down. It just doesn't quite make any sense. So in those examples, I think the payment plans do make sense, but I think it's on you to get that deposit as low as possible, to gain access to the property so you can rent it out, if you know you're going to get 8, 9, 10% returns, if you can get that post-handover payment to stretch out 7 or 8 years, you're going to break even on it and you're going to fully own the flat in 7, 8 years. Be careful about the rhetoric out here. You know, I've had a lot of salespeople guarantee that the property will double before it's completed, but then when you say, what is the guarantee? There are no guarantees, of course. I think it's a bit of a wild, wild west in that sort of instance, but it's a very exciting place to be investing. Guys, I hope you found this video interesting. As I said, the key things are for me, location, understanding the macros. I think it's really important to understand that the place is going to double in population, how that's going to affect the future, where the new hotspots are likely to be. And I think the money's already been made in the marina. That is already pretty much Canary Wharf prices. You're looking at nice apartments, 2-bedroom apartment in the address on the JBR or something like that, going for, you know, the best part of 2 million quid. That is already London prices. However, here in JVC, 100 grand for a studio. That's not London prices. And we're in one of the most exciting cities in the world. So guys, like and subscribe as always. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers guys.